Yes, good evening to all of you. And the grid has failed me, Chris. You are not wrong. But Riotous, welcome to you in the chat. Good to see you there for the first time in quite some time. Allow me to explain. You've actually possibly given me an idea. I might still have a copy of this for the 360 somewhere, so I will see if I can dig it out. But because I have found out far too close to the time, we're going and checking out this GT5. This is our intro screen, which looks a bit more flash than GT4 did when I did that stream a while back, people. The chat box over in that direction for all you people who want to get in there, get some comments in, and I'll do what I can to interact with all of you. But we have two modes, GT mode and arcade mode. Well, arcade mode is just random races, so let's see what this game's GT mode is like. I mean, check out those early models they've got for the characters here. Actually quite impressive for 2010. Yes, people, you are old. But not as old as me, that I can assure you. Apparently this is my home page, where we can enjoy an aspect World of Cars, check on the progress, and community, a private online space. No, the servers don't exist. There is no online space for this game, as far as I know. We need to set up... Why? Why do I need to do that? Why do I need to do all this nonsense? Let me just play the game. Bleh. You'll do. Forget it. Default. Fine. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. We received 8 outfit items. No. Let's not do that. And I think it's loading now. Can you see the little arrow in the middle? The clock spinning round? Ah. Oh dear. What a pain. Right, okay, this is not what I expected. First thing you need to do is purchase a car. Okay, and let's go and buy a car then, I guess. Absolutely, the dealership stock, but each car is a certain A-spec or B-spec level. Wait, what? You have to level up in this to drive your game? You drive cars? I know that I said GT4 is a car PG, but that's taking the piss. Come on. Right. Okay. Let's see what cars we can get. Can we get an Acura? I've only got 20,000 credits. Well, that's level 3, so we can't buy that. Probably want a shit box. How about a Nissan? Where are the Nissans? Oh, we can buy a Nissan March. That's one car we can buy because we are level 0. In fact, when was the last time you ever played a game where you started at level 0? Has anyone actually played a game recently where that happens? Don't you normally start at level 1? Oh yes, Suzuki Cappuccino. Yes. There's a Suzuki Swift Sport. That might not be a bad choice, actually. 16,000 credits. Whereas that one's 14,000 and that one's 16,000 too. So we start the game by making some choices here, people. And because we're low level, we're going to have to go with something that's an absolute shed. What about a VW? Can we get a Golf, maybe? Nope, they're up. What the arse is that? What in the arse is that? It costs 625 grand. Why would I want to spend money on that? What the hell? Why? But meanwhile, good evening, everyone. Yes, just when you think it's just a racing game, surprise. They're all level 1, so we can't buy that. Right, okay. What about a Toyota? There they are. Can I get myself a pink Vitz? I can get a red one. Can I get a pink one? Oh, game. I wanted to buy the meme. I wanted to buy a pink one for the GT3 meme. Never mind. What are you installing? I don't want you to install. Just read off the disc. I mean, in terms of flash, maybe. Oh. And now I've acquired paint by buying that car as well. So you had to unlock paint as well. Ah, the VW Bora. Right, wasn't that the ghost car for DLCs that we didn't have back in the day on Forza 4? Because it feels like forever since I played that game. In fact, it is forever. I think the last time I played it was 2013. It's a very, very long time ago. Right, allow us to become a racing driver. There are several levels up here, and it depends on your A-spec level. Well, we are a beginner, unfortunately. We are a noob. And level 0, the Sunday Cup. Well, it's a classic. We've got Autumn Ring Mini, Grand Valley Speedway, or Tsukuba. Let's start with Autumn Ring. Let's see how the game plays. Oh yes, look at that load bar, people. We've actually got a decent-sized grid. We're starting in 5th place. We've drawn 5th, not bad. Oh, the Sauber C9 rioters. Yes, wasn't that the most broken DLC car of all time? Although I must admit, I loved rubbing the nose in people who drove that car when I beat them driving the Peugeot 905. They used to call me a cheat because I beat them in their Sauber C9. And I'm like, it's not my fault, I'm better than you. Because yes, I was that toxic online person, people. I was there all those years ago. Right, rolling start. Let's see if we can get going then. Right, what view is it giving us? I say it looks quite... Oh, that's not the view I want. I mean, it's a classic view, but I reckon I can do a better view than that. Round the outside, because I can. Ah, there we are, cockpit view. Excellent. Get out of my way. I am the protagonist. I drive my way. Move. Get out of here. Unfortunately, I don't have the ability to look across. On the guys for Forza 4 and that, if you use a second analog stick, you can actually look across your car and properly use your mirrors. And you don't have the option here, which is annoying. No, I'm not Max Verstappen. I'm not that good, Chris. You know that. You see me too many times driving to know that's not my style. Anyway, doesn't he go by a name like Franz Hermann or something when he's not in F1? No, that's more a, isn't that more a Steve Soper slash, God, what's he called? John Cleland style driving anyway. Throw the inside, smash him off. That's more John Cleland, isn't it? Now, rioters, you're being a bit unfair there. I invent poor excuses for going into people. Get it right. I have an extremely low bar of self-justification. Well, that was a wide line. I got a worse turning son called an oil tanker on with that one. Well, doesn't Max just like come off the brakes and then say you're going to hit me or I'm going to hit you? Very Ayrton Senna-esque. Only with like 1/10 of the charisma of Ayrton Senna. I mean, to be fair to Max, you have to say that his last season in F1 was definitely his best season. To be able to come back from over 100 points adrift and nearly take the title was pretty sensational driving, and I've got to give him credit for that. He gets all the plaudits in the world from me for that. He was really graceful in being defeated. Not bad. We managed to just user1, by the way. That's our name. Because I've not signed into a profile here on my PS. Oh, we got a trophy. check out the old school PlayStation trophies there, people. Oh, yes. Interestingly, apparently, when Sony first heard that Microsoft were bringing the achievements score in, they were originally going to call them entitlements. So yes, you'd have been entitled by getting trophies, people. It's like you're entitled. That's how you do things. Now, speaking of Esteban Ocon, by the way, Riot says he's already gone on record thinking that this season's going to be very difficult for overtaking. Which I find hilarious, given no one's run their cars at full pelt, so I don't really know where they're getting that from. Oh, are we being demoted to the back here? No, back in 5th place again. Not too bad. I mean, right, as I'm a PlayStation player, and yeah, I'm pretty entitled. You've seen my reaction to the monthly games and essentials in the last few years. Have you seen me on Reddit? Oh, this one's shit. That one's shit. This one's fucking... This is 9 years old. Why am I paying for this? Why are we only getting one title at this tier? Why's the price gone up? And to be honest, no one cares. No one answers. Come on, then. Now, Chris, you don't hear it. You force yourself to endure it. There's a difference. Hey, the PC Master Race are awesome, rioters. I'm part of the PC Master Race. Hey, who the hell just hit my car? Only I'm allowed to ram other people off the road. You're not allowed to do it to me, game. How dare you use the mechanics and play things properly? You're not allowed to do that. Get back in the loser lane where you belong. Using my tactics against me. Who do you think you are? That's not allowed. Now, see, I wouldn't have hit him if he wasn't there. All he had to do was get out of my way. Going back to the PC Master Race comment, writers, I gotta say, actually, it's hard to be in the PC Master Race at the moment with how much prices are going up for RAM. You need to be extremely wealthy to run a decent PC these days. The PC that I bought 3 or 4 years ago would probably cost me about $3.5 grand now. Instead, it cost me barely over 1,000. It just shows how crazy it's got. I keep saying to myself, I'll upgrade it, I'll start doing some really high-end streams, and then I see the price and go, I can't be bothered. I can't be arsed. It's a different kind of RAM, rioters, but you're not wrong. You are not wrong. I also like the fact that I've not got an actual steering wheel. If you take a look at the steering wheel, you can see the jaggies and polygons. Meanwhile, good evening, Alistair Jack. Just seen you jump in the chat there. How are you doing? Welcome back to the stream, pal. Good to see you. Now, I say it's interesting playing GT5, having played so much of GT4. I say the AI has been a little more responsive, which is a good thing. Because normally when you play the Gran Turismo games, the AI just goes on a circuit and never changes, never deviates. It's nice to see some actual defensive moves and driving moves. It's good. It's interesting, actually, Chris. You're not wrong, because modern steering wheels these days, aren't they all like weird shapes? Like the Peugeot Partner's like a hexagon or something fucking daft. I noticed, so I've got a friend who drives a van for a living. Oh, I'm off. And that actually really slowed me down. That's good. The gravel actually slowed the car down. That's not normal. Normally, you can track extend to your heart's content. You know, you can just like go miles outside the lines. So I threw that one away, but the question is, can I keep them behind me? It's going to be tight. Oh, this is going to be close. But I've sneaked it. Second place, I'll take it. So I threw it away at that final corner. I got my line completely all out of shape. It's interesting, right? Because I must say, I've played quite a few modern racing games, and I don't find them that fun either. Gran Turismo 7 I played through, and that is... There's no other word for it. It's a slog. And not a very good slog. It's actually really annoying. And then you've also got... I tried playing Assetto Corsa. I didn't find that very nice at all. But I also see a lot of people saying, oh, if you're not playing in VR, you're not experiencing it. My response is, I'm not spending the amount it cost me for my gaming PC to play a game in VR. Especially when I'll get a headache after like 5 seconds. Actually, Chris, you didn't get every F1 game until 2022. You also got 2025 when it was included in PS Plus. Yes, I am that guy. Oh yeah. So there's a set of course, one of those that's designed for the wheel, a bit like iRacing is on PC. I mean, I once owned a steering wheel. It was like it wasn't the high-end ones like the Fanatec's or the really ridiculous ones, but it was still a decent wheel. And I found that after a while, the returns were really diminishing unless you really, really spend hours on it, and you'd have to spend like hours on a setup. Which is great if you're trying to be a sim racer and you're trying to make money off it, but for most of us, just want to sit back and relax. Take some games out and have some fun. I think a lot of modern racing games go too far into trying to make it realistic and a real replica of the sport, and it's lost its soul. If I go back and play a game like Metropolis Street Racer or Tokyo Extreme Racer, I'm just having fun playing the game. Whether it's realistic or not isn't important. I'm having fun. And games, the PlayStation and the Xbox, despite all the faults, they were pretty good at fun. Until toxicity took over. Like, after all, rioters, do you remember that guy who used to follow us on Formula 1 called Formula G20? And anytime you got into a lobby, all you'd hear is, dickhead, fuck you, dickhead, you fucking dickhead, shut up, dickhead, you fucking dickhead. And that was literally what happened. We were playing an online lobby and that happened and we all just ended up like quitting out because he was an absolute twat. And he literally sounded exactly like I've just done, by the way, as well. He really was that much of a tool. I mean, esports, I understand if you can make some serious money off it, but it's why I don't play first-person shooter games online. For the same reason. Because it's gone so hard on people trying to be professional. And I'm just thinking to myself, I'm not having fun here. If I want to be a professional marksman, I'll join the army. In a way, I would kind of go back to it, to be fair, because when we had the good crowd in those races, it was always a lot of fun. Like, I mean, obviously, the glory days of XRL, when it was really at its peak, when we were getting like 50 people a week watching our streams, was phenomenal. The glory days of 2014, people, yes. Even though my microphone back then was a pile of shit. If you go and watch any of the replays on YouTube, on the XRL channel, because they're still there, you can really hear the difference in my microphone quality. And there'll still be someone out there now saying that my gear sucks at the moment. And you're probably not wrong. We've got a decent lead at the moment. Just got to focus. Hey, I'll tell you what, Chris, your gear's fine. As long as you mess around with your noise gates and know what you're doing, you can get a really good sound out of the mic like you've got. You really can. I mean, our Queen 3210's done it over on her channel as well. You can do quite a lot with a relatively straightforward mic, as long as you mess around with the actual settings properly and everything else. Oh, oh God, yes, rioters. For those of you who don't understand the reference that is said there, basically, F1 2012 at the Circuit de Catalunya, early on, you could actually ignore the chicane and take it like it is now. And I think at one point I was something daft like 18th in the world with a lap time of like a 1:14 something. And I remember about a year after I'd set it and it had long been patched out, someone messaged me and went, "I've downloaded your ghost and I can't get anywhere near you. What the fuck did you do in Sector 3? And that's when I realised that while they patched out the actual exploit, did not fix the leaderboards. So all of us who'd actually set that exploit were still the top of the class. Even though there were people who were absolutely reaming us on the new layout, kicking our asses every 2 seconds, we were still technically kings of the mountain because they hadn't reset the boards. You know, everyone loves a good exploit. You know, it's like if you have a chance to exploit, you take it. Well, it's interesting. The layout seems far more simplified in this game. If you go back to GT4 with all the open map, this feels much more formulaic. It feels a bit more soulless in terms of how the menus are set up. Ah, yes. Sad to say, I do believe Codemasters might well be not long for this world. And it makes me quite sad. Ever since they've been assimilated by EA, they have lost all their passion and creativity. And I get the feeling that they're going to be one of the many companies that EA took over and are just going to go goodbye. I mean, how many companies have evil arseholes destroyed? Yes, that's what EA stands for, by the way. It stands for evil arseholes. How many companies have they actually taken down? See if test all you in the chat any names you can think of at the top of your head. I mean, EA got the F1 license, and the next thing all you did was getting spammed with Pitcoin. Yes, Chris, the legendary Bullfrog. Behind the legend, great titles such as Theme Hospital and Theme Park and Populous. What happened to them when they were assimilated? Dust. Absolute dust. I mean, they have had career modes in F1 before, Riotous. Mad Cat Studios, yeah, they were kind of like an offshoot, weren't they, of an offshoot of Cody's on. Oh wow, I'm getting out dragged here. Yeah, my car's not got the pace here. My car's too slow. My car is simply way too slow, unless we go old school. I mean, that's the second pass there was legit. The rest of them weren't. Come on, get out of my way. I've got to say, this circuit, Suzuka, is one of the best circuits to drive. When you know it, it's so much fun. Ah, yes. If you no longer go for a gap, you're no longer a racing driver. To which Alan Prost was like, yeah, but you need to make sure you can get into the gap without crashing and taking yourself and your rival out. But I think Alarm was a little salty about what happened in 1990, so I'm not sure his perspective is 100% free of bias. Yep, that's okay, that's not bad. Now, Chris, that's kind of like gallows humour, and I can actually appreciate it, because it's not wrong, to be fair. The company haven't had enough DLC to keep themselves going. This is interesting. Their middle sector is not great. They're brilliant on the back straight. They're obviously very powerful there. But their middle sector is not that good. They don't seem to be able to handle the quick changes of direction as well. I'm quite surprised. Like I said, the problem I've got here is my car is just out of puff. But it's doing okay, actually, surprisingly. Oh, that's wide. That's really wide. Okay, never mind. We'll have to go the old-fashioned way. We'll off-road it. And somehow that worked. I don't know how. Just call me population control, I guess. Yeah, take a lot of inside apex and pray that we're going to have enough speed here to get away with it. And on the throttle, chip the inside, beautiful. And that might be the victory against all odds. I'm actually surprised I managed to pull a 2-second lead in the end. That's quite surprising. But I'm not unhappy, because it looked like I was going to be absolutely dominated in that one. But we're trying to get some coins, because then we can buy ourselves a better car. We're now level 3, which is good. Because that means that we're going to be, if we get enough cash together, be able to start buying higher quality cars. Oh, UGE Day. Oh, God. Oh, wow, that's a blast from the past. UGE Day. To this day, the only F1 driver I know of who had their super license revoked for being too shit. I mean, that's a whole other level of suckitude. Right. Let's try Special Stage Route 5. I don't know if I'm going to be good enough, but we'll try it. Looking at the cars we're up against, I'm not fancying my chances here. Especially since from memory, this circuit has a very, very long back straight, which is where I'm expecting quite a lot of these cars to absolutely muller me over the line. Well, there's only so much we can do. Come on, please load. Oh, it's the Clubman stage, not the special stage, so it's not the full circuit. It's a 3-lap race, and yeah, you can see there, look at the length of the straights in the middle. I think that's where I'm going to really struggle. It did last 3 more races than MasterCard Lola, yes. MasterCard Lola. It's hard to put into words how much they failed as a Formula 1 team. It's a masterclass in a sponsor having no idea how the sport works. It's like you're going to attract people to buy credit cards. Really? That's how I'm going to get paid? By how many people choose to go into debt thanks to me? USF1. Oh my, and Stefan, oh my god. I'm still calling it. Stefan's going to find a way to enter the grid in 2029. I'm calling it now. That guy's like a cockroach. He will return. He will come back. In fact, no, it's not fair on the cockroaches to compare them to Stefan. So, this is a very different design to Special Stage Route 5. I'm not used to it looking like this. Yeah, the old GT2 line. No, it didn't work. Right, I'm not going to get past them on the straight. Look at the power difference there. Look at the state of that. They're absolutely leaving me for dust. Even the Alpha's like, get out of my way, and I'm like, no. I can't say that I will. I don't want to talk too much about that, Riotous, because he's not the only one. There's another name that's been surfaced in F1 that's associated with those files. And I get the feeling it's going to snowball. And I don't want to get involved in it because, quite frankly, I'm not paying for American attorney fees. I've seen them in my job. I don't want anything to do with it. All I will say is if they knew anything about it, they are honor bound to reveal what they know for the sake of the victims. That's all I'm going to say. Any more than that, and I'm going to put myself in deep, deep shit. I mean, people are welcome to discuss what they want, but don't expect me to commentate, basically. There are certain topics that it's not wise for me to get involved in, and that's one of them. Well, that's the thing, rioters. That's why I don't want to get too involved in it, because I get the feeling you say a name and they will appear. It's going to be very much that kind of environ, and it shouldn't have happened in the first place. That's all I'm going to say. If I say any more than that, I'm just saying I'm going to get myself in deep, deep shit. I know for a fact that any mention of that on the F1 subreddit has been culled in minutes. They've stamped it out in seconds. The moment the thread appears, it's gone. It's like whack-a-mole. No, that's fair, Chris. Definitely, I'd choose not to get involved either. Don't forget, of course, on Saturday evening, 8 PM GMT, ChrisJT985 will be live right here on Twitch.tv, playing more of Spider-Man. So do check that out. We had a massive revelation at the end of the last stream. A huge situation broke out, and I'm looking forward to seeing the fallout from it. I, of course, will be back on Friday evening when I do more Trails in the Sky the 3rd, right here at 8 PM GMT. So do check all those streams out, because without all you people, they'd still be here, but probably not be anywhere near as interactive or as amusing. Kind of like my driving at the moment. Can I finish higher than I started? Because I'm going to get out-dragged here. Oh, it's pitting me out. He pitted me to take the place. He took 3rd by pitting me out. The Integra driver was very, very unsporting there. Which he got from me, let's be fair. In terms of the band list, rioters, it's pretty liberal, to be fair. It's pretty liberal. We don't like too much censorship. Quite frankly, it's I've seen some channels where there are so many banned terms, you might as well not have any chat at all. So it's about being reasonable. As Chris says, mostly to do with things like spamming or bullying. Right, question is, can I get another car? I've got 21 grand. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to afford a car. Oh, we can now get the Gran Turismo karting experience. And then Jeff Gordon NASCAR is also available too. Interesting. And we've got a car delivery as a result. I can just see my little truck in the bottom corner. What's that one? Well, I'll find out in a moment. Here we go. Yeah, I was surprised by that as well, Chris, because the following week, 4 got banned in less than 2 hours. Oh, yes. Check it out. We can go karting, people. Okay, this could be fun. Let's see if we can get into the karting special event. Yeah, there it is. Check it out. Try our hands to be driving in a kart race. Well, we've got... Oh. Ah, so the events have levels as well. So you can see there your driver level will determine where you're at. So level 7 unlocks the next one and level 17. So even the events are kind of gated too. So they've done all they can to avoid you just breaking the game by going anywhere you like. So we're at the Tokyo Bay kart track. And we're starting in... what position? Yes. We're in 8th place of... The grid's still scrolling. How big is this grid? We've got a 12-car grid. That's pretty cool. I've no idea how this track goes, so let's just have some fun with it. Last time I went karting was in Canada, at Niagara Falls, actually. Went on a kart track there, and it was absolutely brilliant. I got put in 19th place on the grid, and I came home something like 4th. Oh, so speaking of the grid, we got a grid start. Oh, yes! Get me my blue shells, people. Here we go. Oh! Whoa, what the hell? Why did you break that earlier, you idiots? Oh, we're drifting. No, we're spun. We've gone round. We're round. That was poor. That was sloppy. We're 6 seconds adrift, people, on cold tyres. I don't think we're going to have much chance here, but we'll do what we can. Yeah, you suddenly get a big spike of power and you get a massive snap, which I don't mind, don't get me wrong. It's kind of interesting. Well, we've recovered. One more lap. Can we take the victory? No, when we got to break out. Ooh! Easy, Tiger. Unbelievable. We did it. We went from last to first, people. The physics for that were hilarious. They were all over the place. And despite the fact that I spun around, there are still people running around the circuit that haven't made it back yet. Miracles have happened here, people. That was 13,000 credits as well, so that was pretty good. And it's taken our level up. That's pretty awesome. Excellent, we'll take that. Yes, round goes Ericsson. It must have been Grosjean. Wasn't the other way around? Wasn't it Grosjean who blamed somebody else? We do have a second circuit, interestingly enough. Let's see what this one is. It's the Eiffel car track. What, we're going to France? And where do we begin? Where are we going to start from? We start from 8th again? Yes, we are. Yes, welcome back to Gran Turismo, where there is no qualifying. You're forced to start where the game says you're going to start. So for some reason I didn't think it was Ericsson, but that makes sense. I knew it was Baku, because he had that random fail, didn't there? I do like the fact you can see my driver actually applying the throttle. Yeah, not seeing a proper rev counter makes it difficult to judge the revs. Yeah, listen to that glorious lawnmower engine. Oh, God, you guys suck. Why did you get on the brakes there for? They are very tepid drivers. They brake far too early. That's my excuse. I'm sticking to it. No, I'm not wrong. Chat are like, oh, yes, you are. And the chat would be correct. Look, it's not my fault you're all too slow through the corner. Are they at top speed at 85? That's pretty low. Compared to a supercart? Oh dear, that's wrong. Let's see if we can rescue this one. I think it's beyond 2 limits, Chris. Let's be fair here. Yeah, I may have to restart this one. Trying to wheel on the tyres a little, not going to help much. Yeah, disqualified. Oh, we got disqualified. What did I do wrong? Come on, that's bullshit. It's not my fault that they're all bleeding and they're all in a ball of fire. That's not my fault. What did I get disqualified for? How did I get disqualified for that? There were no flags. There were no warning flags. Nothing. Come on. Gran Turismo's not supposed to have disqualifications and rules. That's not how it works. Gran Turismo doesn't have flags and rules and disqualifications. Well, we managed to get into the lead. It's like, I'm in the lead! Miracles are happening here, people! Oh dear. Went off of my own accord. That was poor. Oh! I've blown that one. I blew it. Yep, to finish first you gotta finish, and in my case, not crash into the wall. So the physics feel a bit odd in this, and I'm not quite used to them. Oh! Yeah, we're gonna restart that one, because they veered across my line at the last second. Nah, Chris, you didn't curse it, I cursed it. By driving poorly. It was me driving poorly, that wasn't anything to do with you. Yep. It's weird, like the turning at first you get no input at all and then suddenly you're sliding sideways. So it's a very quirky style of driving required. Whereas that was pretty nice. Now we're talking. Now, to those of you who were in Niagara Falls, how accurate was my driving before this race in terms of the karting? You're being a bit unfair on yourself there, Avian. You've done better than that one out when I saw you driving. It was like, power smash. That was my way of driving at Niagara Falls. We've got nearly 50,000 credits, and we've now reached level 5. So we might be in a position to get a better car. I could imagine Yoss the boss doing that, actually, writers. Yes, I don't like how the track didn't allow my boy to win. That's true, yeah. The gentleman who was in charge of the the green cart was annoying. I made sure I got out of his way as fast as possible. Yeah, we can now do the Top Gear test track as well as an event. And we can now take part in the Amateur Series. And we won 211 horns. Whatever the hell that is, I don't know, you tell me. Right, so if we go to the dealerships, we've got 40... In fact, before I do that... Oh, there's license tests. Ah, so you can actually do the license tests. Oh, okay. Do we need them? It's like, why are you letting me race when I've not got a license? Right, 40-odd grand. Let's start with... Let's look at the Nissan. Maybe one of the Silvias or something like that might be possible. There's a Silvia case from the 90s. Silvia Sero from 2002. Oh, the Fair Lady Z, but oh, it's expensive. Yeah, the costs aren't cheap at all. Oh, the Skyline's 50-odd grand, but it's a level too high. That would be an awesome choice. Before I go any further, I'm going to quickly take a look at the races, because this will be a decision, depending on what events I've got coming up. Oh. Okay, where are my cars? Okay, you can load now. The joys of playing on an old console, people. Like, you can load now. You can load now. I'd really like you to load, please. You have that kind of feeling. World Compact Cars, Lightweight K. Oh, Japanese Classics. And there is a Vitz race, actually, I've just seen. There's a race involving the Vitz. We'll start with this. That's a fair point, Chris. Neither did my Sega Mega Drive. My Sega Mega Drive loaded in seconds. Yes. I was a Sega kid. I wasn't a Nintendo boy. Not that there's anything wrong with the Nintendo. The Super Nintendo's a great console. A brilliant console, actually. What froze, Avian? Did the stream freeze? Oh, the loading screen's taking forever. You can see the bar in the middle. That's telling you where it's at. That bar that's filling up, that's the load bar. Right, so this is 3 laps. Oh, God. Oh, this is going to take forever. 3 laps of Fuji. Oh. This is going to... Oh, Sega Sammy. Did you see that? Advertisements for Sega on the board. I say the name, they will appear. Oh God, this is painfully slow. Apart from that car there, which is not painfully slow. Yes, get out of my way. Move. So, this circuit, by the way, people, is one of the few I've actually been to for real. I actually came here in 2014 to watch the World Endurance Championship, where it was Toyota, Porsche and Audi in LMP1. Saw drivers like Mark Webber, Kamui Kobayashi, Kazuki Nakajima, Frank Montagnier, Andre Lotterer. I have photos which I put on my YouTube channel a while back, where I got some trackside shots of the likes of the Aston Martin DBR9, the Porsche 919, the Toyota TS050. And it was a lot of fun. It was a great, great trip. I really enjoyed it. Oh, God. Wow, turning circles worse than a fucking tank. That was so bad. Terminal understeer, then. Terminal understeer and absolutely no guts out of the corner. And say, if you're ever interested in, if you're ever in Japan and want to go to Mount Fuji's race circuit, Fuji Speedway, it's actually really quite easy to get to. Speaking of Mount Fuji, there it is on to our right. All you have to do is get a train from Tokyo Station to a place called Gotemba, and then they have shuttle buses to the circuit from there. It's slow in, slow out. It's just slow, Chris. Let's be honest here. I mean, the problem I've got is I'm not going to be able to hold them off on the straight. There's nothing I can do. I've got less guts than the old Caterham F1 car had. In fact, my engine's so poor, it's probably worse than Honda's GP2 engine. In fact, speaking of that, are we going to hear Alonso utter those famous words again this year when he's driving for Aston Martin Honda? GP2 engine! GP2 engine! That was a nice overtake, that. Well, and you see, Riotous, I think he'd want to rub salt into the wound and compare it to the defunct series. I think he'd want to rub as much salt into the wound as possible. It's Alonso's style. Loving the tyre squeal though. It's actually got nice tyre squeal effects on this car. Yes, Alonso, the rookie F1 driver that year. I still can't believe they actually managed to get away with that. Probably he's been out of the sport long enough to count as a rookie. Double world champion, yes, I'm a rookie. What a farce. Only way to get around that corner was treated like I'd stopped the damn car. Oh god, this is so slow. This feels slow. I get the feeling I'm supposed to upgrade this car, and I don't want to. I want to discard it as soon as possible. This is where I've got no chance at all. The only way I can do this is just by doing a major blocking job and driving on my mirrors. That's why I'm constantly looking up left at the moment, because that's where my rearview mirror is. And even that's not helping. Well, you see, I was going to actually use this car, get rid of this car, Chris, but this is the actual one-make event for it. So I kind of need this car to take part. It's a chance to get some money and then get rid of it. And I get the feeling they've all upgraded their car, something I haven't done. So mine's bone stock. Which is okay. It just means it's severely limited compared to their cars. Oh god, that's not worked. Plan B. Take the DTM line. No one's going to care. And then all of a sudden disqualified. Because it has happened before, people. Nice trim of the apex there, but not much exit speed. Yeah, you're saying I should co-part this car, eh, Chris? Send it to the great co-part in the sky. wow, it's not fair on Copart. For those of you who don't know, by the way, Copart are a salvage company, and I had to use them a lot in my motor insurance days. And essentially we had a rule that if a car was a write-off, you sent it to Copart. If you sent it to Copart, it was definitely a write-off. Even if it wasn't, the way they handled the car meant it was going to be a write-off. Stick a forklift under it and lift it up and throw it on the scrap heap. That's literally how they handled the cars. To be honest, it's what they're there for. Environmental waste disposal. Oh god, Yami from Yu-Gi-Oh! I'll sacrifice this car to the graveyard. Yes, Yami from Yu-Gi-Oh! Is the biggest cheat in anime, it must be said. As they said in a Yu-Gi-Oh! Abridged, it's called cheating. I think I sneaked that by cheating. I think I channeled Yami and got away with it. I did. Check out the gap. They're all there in the sport editions and the turbo, and I'm there in an absolute shed. But it was enough to win. And that's all that matters. Yay, we're now level 6 as well. So that's good. Oh god, the heart of the car. Okay, I'm giving you that one, Mavian. You've earned that one. You've definitely earned the respect for that one. The heart of the car. So we managed to win that race, which is good. So with that in mind, what we want to do now... see if I can get us a decent mid-range Japanese car. Yay, the AMG Driving Academy beginner event has now been passed. And we've also... oh! We've got a Prius. We won a car. We've won a Toyota Prius. Jeremy Clarkson's going to hate me. This game has prize cars. Proper prize cars. It's in white pearl, people. Let's take a look at it. Let's see how bad it is. Yes, the Toyota Prius. The choice of mini-cabbers everywhere. Seriously, honestly, if you get a taxi, you're either going to get a Skoda Octavia, a Toyota Prius, or a Nissan Primera. Almost guaranteed. I believe this is a front challenge, so let's take it to Deep Forest. And see how bad it is. We've got the Focus ST, the Alfa Romeo 156, the VW Golf, Mitsubishi FTO, and then a Toyota Prius. Oh, yes. There's a Nissan Primera, so another mini-cab has entered the race. Enjoy the jazz, by the way. Well, let's see how bad this car is. I'm not expecting much from it, to be honest. I'm expecting it to be quite poor. But we shall see. It has decent torque, but that's about it. Yeah, it's getting left behind here. It's very heavy on the understeer, I'll give it that much. Hey! VW Golf driver, knock it off. Oh, now they're pitting me. Well, the gloves are off here, people. They want to play bumper cars too. It's actually not that bad a car, it's just very understeery. It has decent grunt, surprisingly, for an eco car. And that's a good point. It has taken me out of steering wheel view. You're right. Oh, but no, it doesn't have one. They don't have it. I've just cycled through all of it. I was wondering. I thought something was a bit odd. Right, we'll go with bonnet view. Close to we've got. So evidently, only some cars have the view. That's bizarre. Oh, but that loses me the rear view mirror. So I'm gonna have to go old school. Yeah, so evidently the game wasn't as advanced as you think it is, people. No, I'm too used to being able to take that corner flat. A lot of the Gran Turismo games, you can take that corner flat out. Now, that might be the car, or it might just be the way they've recontoured the circuit. I honestly don't know. What I do know is, it was a fail from me. It didn't work. Yeah, it's a bit strange that they've only modelled the interior for certain cars. Makes me wonder what other cars don't have it. Like, the racing cars had better have it if I get the chance to drive those. I mean, we saw it in the go-kart, for example, so there's clearly certain performance vehicles have it. Leave me a door, I'm gonna go right through it. No, that's not technically a legal line. I don't really care, but that's not gonna help. Seems my car's got a bit grippier in the corners than theirs, which I'm kind of surprised at in the Prius. I expected the Prius to have a lot more understeer than they do, but that Focus ST, catching that's going to be almost impossible. But it's a bloody good car, the Focus ST, even in real life. Not as good as a Focus RS, but it's still a bloody good car. Now, if I'd have not gone off there, I might have caught him. I came close, but I went too wide. I think it must be, yeah, it must be a single gear car. I mean, that could have been worse. It also could have been better, actually. I made too many mistakes. Got us a few thousand credits. But that's all it really got us. Yeah, very strange car to drive, the Toyota Prius. Very strange. It's like halfway house in between luxury and performance. Yeah, so we need to try and get first place in those, so we need to make some changes to the car. I might try this one more time, see if we can get better than bronze. We got a Toyota Corolla versus the Toyota Prius. That'll be an interesting view. So I've never actually driven a Toyota Prius. In fact, I've never driven a car outside of karting, but I always thought it would have had some kind of gearbox. It's a hybrid. It's not an electric car. I know that electric cars don't have gearboxes because they don't need them. At least I don't believe they do. I might have made myself sound like an absolute idiot, though. Can't skip this, unfortunately. Okay, there are the max revs. Nah, I don't think so. Honda Accord. I don't think so. But now I've got the Honda Civic instead saying, well, fine, I'll go through. So it's the lack of engine upgrades that's hurting my cars. And so this is a very strange car to drive because of this absence of real sound. See, all of a sudden I actually managed to drive around the outside. I'm quite surprised by that. But all of a sudden, I've got cars right on my chuff. Where did he come from? I didn't see him in the mirror. Okay, that was quite surprising, but in a kind of cool way. Problem with front-wheel drive car, of course, is you're trying to drive and steer at the same time. So you usually get both torque steer and understeer, which are awful. There's no other word for it. You can't correct either with a boatload of power, you just have to try and get through it. It does now when they have just loads more power and they're able to blast past. I think without upgrading the car, there's nothing you can really do. They just drive past you. I don't even know what car that is. You can see, just look at that. Look at the state of it. It's over the hills and far away. Absolutely nothing I can do. So literally the only way you can do it is ramming off the road, I think. And even then, it's not that effective. So I mean, he's just got way more power. This car's got like probably got an extra 50 horsepower or something. Doesn't sound like a lot, but it makes all the difference. Being able to just jump on the power and shoot out of the corner. And again, this is where the balance of performance doesn't exist. So, unfortunately, you kind of stuck what you got. This car's just not good enough, which is fine. Means we can either upgrade it or replace it. I just about kept second place though with that. The Tiburon GT, whatever the hell. What's the Tiburon? Has anyone ever heard of that car company? Tiburon? I can't say I've ever heard of them. Tiburon. It's got us a little extra money at least, so we can at least use it to buy some cash. Well, buy some cars, not buy some cash. Right, let's get ourselves a different car. Yeah, but let's buy a McLaren. We can afford that. That's no good. That's front rear. Front rear. From rear. From rear. That's the Skyline from the 90s. And then the R32 four-wheel drive. Very nice car. And we also got the R33. Also four-wheel drive. Very nice car. Problem with those cars, they'll wipe out all the money I've got. I'm not sure I want to do that. What about... How much are the Focuses out of curiosity? Well, the Focus ST is 32 grand. That's a lot of money. That's too much money. That's too much money for a Focus. That's just not worth it. 32 grand is not... That's not good value for money. What about BMW 1 Series? Is that available? No, Z3. And then an M3, I think. No, it's the 135i. They're no good. I basically want to know... I want a car that's better than the one I've got for front-wheel drive. What a Lexus? Are they a thing? No, they're all like 80 odd grand. They're too expensive. Oh, VW Golf. Oh, we can buy the VW bus for 72,000 credits. For that? Well, that classic Golf is worth 31. Then the Golf GTI is also 31. However, even though it's going to cost me all my money, I've made my decision. We're going to do the Japanese classics. We're going to buy ourselves a Skyline. Colour-wise... Midnight Purple, that'll be quite nice. We're locking in, people. We're going for a JDM Classic. A car that we will be able to upgrade. It's a bloody good car. At least it was. I'll be annoyed now if it turns out to be a shitbox. I'll be really annoyed. I mean, it shouldn't be. It shouldn't be. It shouldn't be broken. So we'll go into A spec. We can also race the Amateur Series as well, bear that in mind. But you can see we've now got access to the Japanese classics. Oh, 1979 and earlier. We can't use that one then. That's no good. Front rear, we've not got that. European class. In which case, we've got no choice but to go to the Amateur Series. I might have bought a car that I can't even use. Clubman Cup. Yeah, okay. It's a championship. Nice. We have a championship race. Okay. Let's give this a try. We'll do our first championship, people. Toyota Altezza, another Nissan Skyline, Honda Civic R, Toyota Altezza, another Skyline GTS, Focus, and then my Skyline, the GTR V-Spec. Honda Civic R, GTS R33. Makes me wonder if the cars are rubber banded to be where yours are, in terms of what cars turn up. But the only way we're going to know is by hitting the track. Anytime now. So we start at Tsukuba. Or Tsukuba. Yes, the Midnight Purple with racing seat bucket seats. That's kind of cool. Be interested to see how well we get on here. Here we go. We've actually got an interior view. We actually have a cockpit view. Oh, that feels much nicer. I actually have power. I actually have grip. Now we're racing, people. Up the inside, nice and smooth. Apart from the little front wing to front wing collision, but we'll ignore that. Oh, this feels so much better. Oh, now we're talking. We've actually got some speed. Of course, the Nissan Skyline happens to be my favourite car of all time. Not this particular model, though. I do like the R32 and I do like the R33, but they are both blown into the seaweed by the iconic R34. The car famous from the Fast and the Furious. Absolutely fucking incredible car. One of the best cars of all time. It is the car that if I won a certain form of lottery, I would be buying immediately. It would be my town car. A gas guzzler from the 1990s, a JDM classic. You can see the difference in performance already compared to everybody else. I've just got so much more confidence to throw this car into corners. And it actually performs out of the corners too. This is a very good choice. But I do like how the grass really unsettles the grip now. In the previous Gran Turismo games, you didn't have that most of the time. Some courses did, but not many. So you could often like go off course and use it as a way to speed up. Here though, you do actually lose a lot of performance, and that's a good thing. Yeah, it was 6 seconds to the good. This car has absolutely taken control. But I've just seen how long the race is, 5 laps. That's an unusual length for the Clubman Cup. Normally their race is a bit shorter than that. I can only assume it's because of the length of the track. Cut back line. We're now 7.7 clear. Yeah, not bad at all. As for Race Driver Grid, people, I am going to try and bring that back using an Xbox 360, because I should have no problems capturing from that console. Sony decided, by the way, for those of you who wonder why PS3 footage is so spartan, it's because a lot of the consoles had encrypted HDMI signals, so the only way you can really capture is via component. Now I've got a Porta component to HDMI adapter, which is then plugged into a Elgato HD60S Plus. The problem is that I think if a game doesn't have a true 1080p setting, it won't capture. That's why Race Driver Grid let me down. It kind of brought a really badly smushed together letterbox version, which was awful. Xbox 360, on the other hand, completely unencrypted. You can have fun with it. Yeah, I think we've won this race now. This car is overkill for this championship, it seems. And I'm okay with that. I paid a lot of money for it. I'm also loving how, despite the fact that I've got the PS3's dates and times set, the clock car is set to 3:30, which is not even close to the time in Japan right now. So it's not even trying to do regional time differences. Something that Sega did all the way back in the year 2000 on Metropolis Street Racer. That's right, a Sega Dreamcast game is technically more advanced than a PlayStation 3. Yep, not bad. We got 5,000 credits and an increase to our level. So we will now head over to the next round. Oh, Tokyo Route 246. This is the track where I did the 60-lap endurance race, driving in the Mercedes E190 touring car. Because it had a race that was themed between DTM cars versus the JGTC cars. And I managed to win because I was actually just very good on my tyres. On the randomizer of a GT4, I turned up and did it in the Toyota Supra Castrol JGTC. And that was so much more fun to drive. So how many laps of this circuit have we got? Oh, it's a 3-lap race of this one as well. That's quite a lot. But that's okay. We're starting down in 7th place. As we are in the lead in the championship, they had to give us a handicap. And that was a good line. That was well held. Now we're talking. Despite being 4-wheel drive, this car feels quite loose. There's a lot of sliding from it. It's not as planted as most 4-wheel drive cars. You compare it to the likes of an Evo or a Subaru, it just doesn't feel like it's got the same level of grip. And that might be because this is the earlier generation of the Skyline, before they really hammered it home with what they did with active yaw control in the R34, and especially in the much later GTR from the year 2007. That's a fantastic machine. But for me, the original R34 is still the car. Just something about it I've always had an affinity for. Back in the day on Gran Turismo 1, me and 2 mates were proper, like, partisan fans. I was the Nissan guy driving the R33 Skyline. One of my other mates was a Toyota guy all over the Castrol Supra. And then another guy was the Mitsubishi driver who was massively in love with the 3000 GT. But I would always win the races because my car was fastest around the circuit. Yeah, 2-minute lap. That's quite a long lap. Brake just before the 100-meter board. Annoyingly, the brake marker point I used from Gran Turismo 4 is not there. In GT4, there's actually an advertising hoarding between both braking points, and it's the perfect braking point for any car. It gets you stopped bang on the apex. But they've taken it out, so I don't have that reference point anymore, which is very, very, very annoying. Now, I don't know if anybody else at home is having this issue, but my screen appears kind of blurry. And I think that's because I'm playing on an ultra-wide, which is rendering at 180 Hz. I get the feeling on the regular view it's somewhat cleaner. I've not seen any complaints about the image so far, so I'm hoping that it's all fine. Yeah, see what I mean about the slippiness of the car? It just feels like it has like very slippy handling. Not bad, it just has weird handling for a 4-wheel drive car. course, a lot of that could also be my lack of talent behind the wheel. Which I'll own. I'll freely own. I'm not the best driver. There's the proof. Everyone at home is like, yep, you're never driving me home. You're not getting behind the wheel of the car. But you are going to kill us, and I'm not going to let you do that. Because the downside is I'm not able to see exactly where the left wing of my car is. Normally I'd be able to use the second analog stick when I'm turning to be able to flick my view over, much like a racing driver does, where you see them always leaning into corners. Not only does it reduce drag, but it also means you can actually see where the corner is. And yes, when I was driving in the go-kart at Niagara Falls, I was leaning into the corners. I was also leaning against the steering wheel in a straight line to try and cut the drag. I was taking it far more seriously than I needed to, because I wanted to get a decent finishing position, damn it. I wasn't crawling home at the back of the grid. That nice little rubble effect you heard then was me literally just getting into the apex point. Car going into the gully where there was no grip. Whereas that was just me crashing because I'm an idiot. And we win. Oh yes. By 5.5 seconds, I'm quite impressed by that. Nearly 2 seconds a lap faster. Everybody else was way slower. Not even close. Yay, we're now level 8. We've got 200 points. And we're going on to the Cape Ring Periphery. Has anyone ever heard of Cape Ring? It's not a circuit I'm familiar with. I'm going in blind to a circuit I don't know. Right, we're starting in 7th place. What's with that corner in the middle? Can you see it, people? It looks like we've got a 360 corner. That's what it looks like to me. I see a 360 corner there. There's Mount Fuji in the background, I can see it, so we're still in Japan, obviously. Well, that's a nice bank corner, I like that. Oh, and we've got blind crest, people. Yeah, we have terrains to watch out for. Oh, now we're talking. Ah, it is a bank corner. Oh, nice. Okay, this is not what I expected. Oh, yes. We even have air, people. We can get air time. Oh, now we're talking. This feels more like an actual game. Long hairpin coming up, and then we're at the end of the lap, I think. And it's not banked, so I'm going to have to get on the brakes there. In fact, it feels like it's off camber. It's not, but it feels like it. Yep, get close to the wall, and off we go. This is not a bad circuit at all. This is pretty damn fun. Called Cape Ring. See, when I think of Cape Ring, I'd think it's somewhere like South Africa. But it's not. You know, Cape of Good Hope. It's also Final Fantasy VIII, I've just realised that. And this is where we need to kind of like use the throttle to take out the car, get into the banking. And usually the higher up the banking you go, the faster you can go. That's proven at Zandvoort. Oh, we are miles in front. I like the challenge of that though, because the crest is right before a kink. So if you get that wrong, you're actually going to fly into the barrier because you'll skid on landing. So that's actually a really quite challenging corner. We are miles in front. The skyline's leaving them all for dead here. I might well be in an overpowered car, but my game, I'm having fun with it. Yeah, 17 seconds clear, people. Holy shit. We are in a proper different league compared to everybody else. So look how far back they are on the map. But so far, the steering isn't jammed on, the brakes are the brakes are not wide open, and there is no fire. So goodbye, safety men. Reference because in that particular clip, there was actually a Nissan R33 Skyline medical car in that particular Top Gear review for the Caparo T1. Oh. I got that little tank slapper on that I was talking about a moment ago then. Managed to catch it. That could have been much, much worse. But yes, it's an interesting experience playing Gran Turismo 5. There's something about it that feels... it feels like it's got less soul than GT4 did. I don't know what it is, but there's something that seems to be missing soul here. It's not bad. The driving physics feel good. The track layouts are nice. But there's just something about it that feels like it's a bit too clinical. But yes, we could wait for them to cross the line, people. They're like 30 odd seconds behind. They've been blown into the seaweed. The Nissan Skyline was simply too much for them. Yay! We got a trophy! Well, not a PlayStation trophy, but a trophy in-game. 17 grand earned, that's quite nice. Does that get us a prize car? Because we won a championship. It might do, it might not. Doesn't look like it. Let's get to the front just to check. We've now got the intermediate karting experience. We've now got the Top Gear Test Track special event. And we've won the Mugen Motul Civic race car. Ooh. Now that, if that's a front, that might be the answer to what I've been looking for that tournament. If that's a front car, that might be the solution that I need. Oh, yes, people, check it out. It's an 80s box. It's a classic. It's a Japanese touring legend. So now let's see if we can finish the front championship off. Ooh. Pardon me. Let's start by taking on this missing race at Grand Valley East. I forgot about this. We need to finish this. Right, mine's a racing car, so I should expect this to be pretty good against the others, but I'm not counting my chickens. I get the feeling the game might rubber band quite badly as a way to accommodate it. Oh yes, look at that. Now, does this have an in-car view? Or is this going to be stuck on the bumper? Let's find out. It has no in-car view. Oh, that's disappointing. That is really disappointing. Yeah, this is a pocket rocket, people. This is a pocket rocket. But sadly, I don't have an in-car view for it, which is very disappointing. Oh, wow, this is transformed. This is so much nicer to drive than the other front-wheel drive cars. I'm able to actually throw it into corners and it sticks. It's overpowered for this event by a long way. Well, I earned this from the Clubman Cup. Just stuck to there like super glue. Absolutely rapid. And the top speed, we were topping out at 90 in the Prius. Look at this. We're past 130 now. Yeah, that is very quick. This is a very, very quick car. What's that? What's that chat there? I don't like the look of that. I think we've seen something that's a new tactic. If anyone's modding, can you please get rid of that for me? Otherwise, I'll do it when the race is over. I am not having that. Sorry to say, but I don't believe that comment was genuine. Right, so that's now been golded. Let's finish off the front challenge. We've got 2 races that we should be able to now win. Thanks to this car. Yep, that was definitely a bot, because enforcement action has already been taken. But that's one of the reasons why I like streaming on Twitch. If I see any reason for someone to be banned, they get straight line banned. No messing around. I don't like banning people from my chat, but if you're going to put harmful links or harmful text like that up, you're out. It's as simple as that. So this car's given us a major chance now because it's got power, it's got acceleration, it's got grip. This should be enough for us to get through here without much trouble. The only reason I didn't pass them then was because I wanted to try and avoid taking them by crashing. Yes, they attacked while you stepped away, Chris. Yes, so say you'll be able to see it in the... If you want to check out the archive, just to see what was done. No big deal. And yes, this car's got a lot more power, but unfortunately, as I said before, it does not have an in-car view, which is disappointing. But you can still look at the difference here. On this race in the past, I could barely get anywhere near them. Now I've got a 4-second gap. Because this car, in case you didn't see it, is a classic Honda Civic touring car. One from the Clubman Cup. So look at the difference there. See how quickly it went around the corners? It just had grip for days. Car from the 80s and it performs like an absolute pocket rocket. Fun fact, this was the first prize car that I got out of an actual racing event when I did the Gran Turismo 4 randomizer. I won it from the Sunday Cup. Of course, the Gran Turismo randomizer is one of the funniest ways to play Gran Turismo 4. You can do a really, really easy race and get something ridiculous like the Bentley Speed 8 Le Mans car, or you can do the 24 hours of Le Mans and win the Honda Civic. You know, it's completely up in the lap of the gods in terms of what you get. But this car is actually very fun to drive. Because in the main, you can point it where you want and it sticks. It doesn't have the understeer problems that you get with most front-wheel drive cars. And it's also got the power, so you can do both. See? Flat out, easy peasy. That would have been a flat out corner there at the edge, but unfortunately I got too greedy. Yes, the Focus ST, which dominated in the past, didn't have a hope this time. It got nowhere near us. We're now almost back to the money we had, and we're at level 9. Excellent. Next question is, do we have any other races to do? I think I do. But I'm not sure. Yeah, I've got Deep Forest to do. So if you are interested, by the way, in playing Gran Turismo 5, if you have a PlayStation 3, you can find it here in the UK quite commonly. Places like charity shops or places like CEX for like £3. It is dirt cheap. That's one thing I will say about the PlayStation 3. A lot of games are dirt cheap. There are some that aren't, but a lot of big hitters are cheaper than you'd expect. And if you just want to play them in your lounge, it's one way around it. Right, so we're starting in 5th place here at Deep Forest. Oh, look at that. 4 in 1 corner. That's an overtake. It's also a dominant car, so don't read too much into it, people. Right up to the wall, beautifully done. Yeah, this car is a different class to them. In fact, just to prove it, check it out, 110 miles an hour around that final corner. "11 seconds faster." That is absolutely ridiculous. Nearly 14 seconds quicker there. This is a very, very good car for this kind of event. Get it from the Clubman Cup and you can just go burr. Purists will be like, you're taking the challenge of it. To which I say, yes. Yes, I am. I am taking the challenge out of it. You're quite correct. Guess what? It's my game. I'll play it my way. Very fast. Very, very nice indeed. And we're almost back to the same level of cash that we had before. And as we've now done the front, I might have also won as a car. Whether it'll be any good or not, I don't know. So we've also done the Sunday Cup too, which is great. So does that get us anything? We've now got level 9 for the Jeff Gordon NASCAR School. We've got a Vitz Euro Edition. We've got another Toyota Vitz, people. And we've got the Civic SIR 2 for FF Challenge. Not that I need it, because I've got the really, really good one. So they're now in the car delivery. Might as well use it and collect it, but I'm not going to drive it. Oh, yes. We got a silver metallic Vitz. Oh, yeah. And now we'll get the Honda Civic as well, which again we're not going to need. Because we've got the Racing Civic, which is way better. The Carnival Yellow. I can't believe that I got disqualified earlier. It's not like I cheated or disobeyed the rules in any way. There's no way I did that. So the question is, do we have anything we can use here? Japanese 90s Challenge, Sport Truck, Italian Festival, Supercar Nostalgia. Ooh, wow. Okay, well, we have got the Japanese 90s Challenge, so that means we can use the Skyline GTR SV, so let's do that. Yeah, maybe the county lines, that's about as far as it went, wasn't it? It wasn't brilliant. Ah. Right, that's interesting. They've got premium cars and standard cars, whatever that means. I don't get that. Oh, wait a second. The standard cars didn't have a cockpit view, but the premium cars do. Oh, I see. So if your car's not a premium car, you can't drive it in cockpit view. That explains that. That's got to be it. That's the only thing in common. All the cars I've driven that have got the actual in-car view have been premium car models. I see what's happened. They've ported over Gran Turismo 4 assets. So the cars that are standard are old PlayStation 2 models. That's what it is. It's a hybrid. Now, looking at the rivals we've got so far, our car might still be overpowered. Yeah, it will be. The Skyline should be OP. We should be overpowered. The Altezza may give us a run for our money, but that's about it from what I can see. The rest of the cars, I don't think they're going to be able to keep up. And I'm okay with that. That works for me. So we're once again back to Scuba in a rolling start. Say there is an older Skyline behind us, so that might possibly give us some trouble. Yeah, see what I mean? Premium view, we have ourselves a cockpit. Now that's where Forza Motorsport 4 has this game beat, because there's practically no car in that game that doesn't have a cockpit view. Forza Motorsport 4 on the Xbox 360. I think even Forza Motorsport 3 had in-cockpit view for most cars. Another 5-lap race, unfortunately, people, so get comfortable. That wasn't the ideal line. I was too wide. Into the lines, keep it nice and smooth. Yeah, looking okay. Not bad. So the engine sounds are quite pathetic in this game. They don't have any of the grunts that you expect from other games of the era. But we're definitely far in front here. This is a race that's ours to lose. So let's make sure we don't lose it. I don't know if it's just me, but I don't think the dials actually work in the cockpit at all. Like the speedo's not going up or anything. Pay attention to it and tell me. Well, I mean, right now it's covered in darkness. How very convenient. You can see here. Pay attention now. Those dials aren't moving. It's a picture only. It's not an actual gauge. Oh, that's wide. Bit off-road that. You think it might be moving? I'm not sure. I mean, but part of it suggests it could be, but I don't know. Let's see if we get a better look on the next circuit where there might be more sunlight. I mean, the fact they've shaded, they've actually modelled shadow coming into the car is a nice touch. But most dials are lit up for that reason, aren't they? Could you imagine that as an excuse for the cops? Well, I had no idea I was speeding, officer, because I couldn't see the dials. It's like when Top Gear reviewed the Caparo T1, they said you need to go fast through a corner, otherwise you can't turn. So it's like, yes, obviously I had to go through that corner at 180 miles an hour, because otherwise I would have crashed. Yeah, they are actually moving, I think, but not by much. They don't quite correlate to what's going on with the car either, but they're there. I think we're out in front enough to not have to worry about finishing this race where we want now. Well, that's what I'm thinking is, Chris, surely it should have a lot of a backlight. Because again, you can't exactly tell the cops you were speeding or whatever because you couldn't see your dials. That'd be an MOT fail, surely. Meanwhile, good evening, Queen. Welcome to the stream. Seeing you joining there. How are you doing? In terms of what you missed, lots of racing. Me getting disqualified from a race. Yes, that happened. You missed me being disqualified. I don't know what I did to get disqualified. I bet you're glad to be done with work. Well, that's good news. Always good to be be finished with work. It was kind of funny, actually, to be fair, Queen. It was actually funny. I don't know what I did. I'd have to check the stream back and find out exactly what I did wrong because, I mean, I'll be honest. I didn't exactly have good standards of driving in that race. So there was definitely something, but I don't know what it was. So now we're going back to Cape Ring North, the 90s challenge. You could say that we're running in the 90s. It's possible, Chris, yeah, it could have been like because I was too far behind, that city disqualified, maybe, I don't know. I'm like, no, let me be my reject of the race at the back of the grid where I belong. Oh god, yes, Chris. Toga Touring Cars PlayStation 1, where you had to do well enough to unlock the next races, and if you didn't, you got kicked out of the championship. Unless you played in Toka 2 and you put the cheat code Punchy in, which actually removed that caveat. Yeah, it was a stupid inclusion that no one knows to this day why they chose to do it. It was daft. It made no sense. Oh, got a Unos Roadster, I think. Well, we are running in a classic Nissan Skyline, and we're going backwards. Just realised. I thought, hang on, I don't remember this layout, and now I know why. We're going the opposite direction. Where is this circuit going? This is not the layout we went on before. You might be in a Sylvia, but I'm in a Skyline. Get out of my way. I am definitely faster than you. And it's not a case of Fernando being faster than you. I am faster than you. There's no message to understand here. Just get out of my way. And technically it's not Fernando, Chris. It was his race engineer, wasn't it? Whatever his name was. I should know because they were good friends. Rob Smedley, that was it. Yes, thank you. Oh, what the? I see what's happened there. They've changed the layout and just randomly changed the route. which is frustrating when you've never driven it before. You haven't like learn on the fly. Fortuitously, I've got a car which is strong enough to let me do it. The car has got that much power. I'm able to pick up... Yes, Felipe, baby, chill. Legendary radio comms from the Malaysia Grand Prix in 2009. Well, it was less of a Grand Prix and more a sailing race, that wasn't it, at one point? The water was that deep. It might as well have been sailing. Turning circle then was shocking. Yes, half a race and half a bath. For the audience, it was probably quite welcome because it was boiling hot in Malaysia that day. But for the drivers, not that useful. Nope, Jensen was fine with it. He's like, yeah, I'm okay with this. I think he'd have rather had full points, but it wasn't enough to dent his title, so it was okay. So it's nice to be driving a car where I'm on the correct side. The steering wheel on the right. I'm on the correct side of the car driving this, people. Yes, unlike when I was in Niagara Falls and the car was left-hand drive. I'm not trying to troll you, Queen. I'm just saying. It's nice to be on the correct side of the car. As far as my country is concerned, this is the correct side. In my country, this is the right side of the car. Quite literally. If we actually tried to turn our roads to, like, you know, on left-hand drive over here, the entire network would falter because the whole design just wouldn't work. All the junction turnings would just be completely screwed over. Articulated trucks and buses would just, like, be having to go the opposite way around. You won't be able to cope. Chris, I had that problem when I first went to America. A friend of mine gave me a ride in the car, and I reached my seatbelt by looking over my left shoulder. And I was just like, where's the fucking seatbelt? And then I realised, UK, passengers sit on the left-hand side. So it was the other way around, I had to reach over my right shoulder to get my seatbelt. Yes, because unlike quite a lot of people in cars, I like to wear a seatbelt. There are still many people who, for some reason, think it's an inconvenience. It is not. If you are in a car, wear your sodding seatbelt. I've seen what happens when people don't. Trust me, it's nasty. You don't want to be that person. Whether you're in the front of the car or in the back of the car, you belt up and you sit tight. Or you don't fucking go anywhere. Yeah, the Aussie driver's like, you're not driving this car, mate. You don't know what you're doing. Give me the keys and sit down. Give me the keys, mate. I'll take you to traffic, yeah. Of course, the Australians drive on the opposite side to you guys because they are a former British colony. They got that from us. Absolutely, Chris. Completely agree with you. If I was a driver, I'd be exactly the same. If I had any indication people weren't belted up, my handbrake would be on and the engine would be off until that belt clicked in. Good passenger there, Queen. You don't drive, you follow the rules. You don't make them. Makes sense. I mean, if anyone ever wants to know why a lot of British people insist on having people belt up in their cars, just look at some of our PSAs for car safety. Some of ours we did not piss about on. They were gratuitous and nasty. They were designed to go, this is what happens when you're an idiot in your car. There was no sugarcoating it. School bus full of kids. Don't recall that one. Chris, you might do. The most famous one is where it starts off saying with someone going, she knew her killer. If you've seen that advert, you'll know, well, PSA, you'll know exactly which one I'm on about. That's it, Julie knew her killer. That's the most famous one. That is iconic. But when you watch it, the reason why is it drums home the message. What happens in that advert is grim. That's all I gotta say. So my favourite PSA advert, actually, though, is it's not to do with car... Well, it is car safety, but it's a different one. It was about not drinking and driving, so not drinking alcohol. And basically, a guy walks up to the bar, and the bartender in one take does about 9 different characters, showing the consequences of him having a second drink. He, like, starts as like, oh, sir, do you mind stepping out of the car and doing the breath test? And he changes into his brief, his attorney, who tells him, you know, what's going to happen. He's got no way out of the charges and all this kind of... It's a brilliant ad, because it makes it clear that anyone can be liable in a moment of stupidity. Oof. Yeah, the Irish one is... That one's equally nasty, Chris, yes. That one really made you think, oh my god. Yep, I'm not going to be sleeping. I'm going to be sleeping tonight with the consequences of that one. Well, that should be another tournament in the can. The question is, what do we get for it? Yeah, we need European hot hatch one, sport truck, Italian car, a muscle car, or a supercar. So this is where getting the cars is going to be the challenge, I think. We can now take part in professional events, and the Gran Turismo Rally special event is also available. And we've got the SIL 80. Oh yes, I remember that car. The front is a Nissan Silvia. The back is a 180 SX. That's quite an effective one, Queen. And so there's been some interesting, like, you know, road safety campaign videos that have been very effective for quite obvious reasons. And yes, Chris, exactly. They're all the lines that were said in the advert, the PSA that I really think is amazing. You watch that and it's like anyone can be, you know, responsible. Right, so on the professional series, what races have we got here? Looking at the levels, we can't do any of them. Japanese 80s. I've got a car that'd be perfect for that, but unfortunately, in the Gran Turismo World Championship, in the middle of the professional series. Eh? That's very, very early. I think I'm going to need to buy a car. But I've not got any others I can use at the moment, I don't think. World Classic car. 1969 or earlier. Wow. FR Challenge. Have I got any front rear cars? Do I have any? Let me go to my garage. In fact, I might have one. I might have just got one. Now that I think about it. My Sil 80. I believe that is a front rear. Yes, it is. This is FR. Okay. We'll use the Sil 80. Saying none for the road is actually a very good rule, Chris. I agree. Because as you say, a conviction can bar you from entering foreign countries. It can easily lead to you getting terminated from your employment because, you know, criminals aren't exactly hot on the agenda for people to hire. Yeah, it's just like, it's not worth it. I completely agree. Well, let's see if our car's going to be capable. RX-8. I'm not so sure we're going to have enough power here. I think this car's going to be too poor. I'll try it, but I don't think we're going to succeed. Well, Queen, I remember seeing a video years ago. I think it was one of those police shows, kind of like Police Camera Action or something like that, where apparently in Canada, I don't know which province of Canada, but if you get caught drunk driving, what you have to do is have your car modified to have a breathalyzer fitted. And you have to blow before driving, and if you're over the limit, it won't let the car start. I remember seeing that somewhere. And oh dear, Chris. A claim handler for motor insurance, I'm assuming, that one, being convicted of drunk driving. Yeah, I get the feeling this car's not got the power. I'm not going to make it. This car's just not got enough power. It's too weak. It's not going to work. This car's not good enough. I need to get a better car. This front rear. I need a much better car than that. The Sil 80 is not good enough. Unless I soup it up. Out of curiosity, how expensive is that? Let's find out. Ah, nice. Well, I can't afford to have that mod done. Oh, well, you can't drive then. Sorry, goodbye. You gave up your right to have a license when you decided to do that. Oh, that's car maintenance. That's the wrong one. Wow, Chris, that's a bit... What are they going to go? You're not allowed to drive. Oh, no. Anyway, and off they go. That music, then. That was very familiar. Do-do-do-do-do-ding-do-ding-ding. Right, out of curiosity. How much are the tune-ups? That gives us an extra 210 horsepower. Okay, so what's the cost of... What does that do to stage 1 tuning? Not that much. Oh, you have to get them all in order. Right, forget it. I'm buying another car. I'm gonna do another way. There was the Japanese 80s classics, so I've got an idea. I'm gonna see if my racing Civic qualifies. I might even be able to tune this car up, believe it or not. But let's find out. Before I spend any money, I'm going to quickly check in the professional rents, see if it'll let me do it. Oh, don't get us started on the soft sits, Queen. Oh, don't get us started. AKA free man of the land over here in Japan, over here in the UK. Oh, God. Oh, they are bad. They are people you don't want anything to do with. I am a free man on the land. No. No, you're not. I was about to say over here in Japan, Chris, yes, because I've been thinking about Japanese cars. That's all that was. That's my story and I'm sticking to it, goddammit. Ah, Spider Pan. I'm not the one who made that boo-boo 2 weeks in a row. I am the one who watched you own it, though, so mad respect to you for that. Mad respect. Mad respect for going, yeah, that was dumb. Out of curiosity, then, how badly am I going to get pwned in the intermediate event? Because I unlocked it. I agree, Chris, yeah, it's always better to own it. Own it and have fun with it. Well, let's see how bad this is. I'm expecting it to be tough. Oh, I've seen the videos of the soft sits where it's like body cam videos, Queen. They always make me laugh. I saw one try it in on the judge once. And the judge was like, I've always wanted one of these to happen. The judge was made up that someone finally did it in his court. It's like the reason why that all happens, by the way, in case anyone's interested. The reason why it all happens is because of a misinterpretation of how the law works. Basically, the rule is that an act of statute is given the force of law via the consent of the governed. So what they try and do is go, I don't consent. The problem is that the consent of the governed means people who've elected voted officials. So by there being any government at all, there are governed who've consented. Oh, bollocks, it put me into a spin. Oh! No, I'm restarting that now. I was fine until I got that pump. You'd think that by choosing to live in a country, whether you're born there or migrate to it, as you say, you're choosing to respect the law of that country. You can't just go over there and say, I'm going to be a transient and live my own way. I mean, you can try, but you're not likely to succeed. I don't know what the hell happened then. I'll try that again. I think when I hit the brake, I got a side snap. Absolutely, Queen. Yeah, you're very unlikely to get through. Very, very unlikely. Oh. I didn't hear the pips then. Normally you hear, like, you know, the sounds of the klaxon, but I didn't hear it. Now, I just realised it is a 5-lap race, so I might try and stick this next one out. See what happens. I'm stepping on the gas, but there's no more gas to give. Oh, just about held that on the island. I just about held that. Yeah, it's very, very twitchy, this car. It's a go-kart, so they're not exactly going to be renowned for having maximum grip. That's not what they're designed to do. Like, no traction control, no yaw control, no ABS. And cars that are absolutely all over my chuff at the moment. That was a good line. Yeah, nicely held. Here they come, nothing I can do about it. They had the better run. But the wider line has kept me in contention for now. But I've not got any rear view mirrors. Normally I'd be looking round and using my peripheral vision. But I don't have that function on the controller. I don't know if that's something you can get in the wheel maybe, but you can't here. They say I take that corner beautifully. I get a lot of speed out of it, but unfortunately, it just seems that they come right back at me afterwards. That's one thing I can do. I can use the L1 button to look behind. Yep, tapping the turn, that's worked. Okay, this is good. That was a brave corner, that. I took way too much of the inside curb. I very nearly used all the grass and spun out. I think we've got enough left legs to make it over. Yes! That was actually a very enjoyable race, that. We got us a lot of credits, too. We got 40,000 credits for that. Nice. That was really helpful. So now we get the chance to do that again, because there is another karting race. Yes, unlike Mario Kart, you can't just drift round corners and throw shells at people. You have to learn to drive. Oh, thank you, Queen. Really appreciate it. Now we're going to start again. We're going to do one more. I think I realised what happened then. It said that I got 40,000 credits, and I noticed it said gold was 18. I think if you get the win, you get all 3 prize monies, which is pretty cool, actually. You get cumulative prize money. Leave the blue shells alone. That means you, Avian. You know what I mean. This looks like a more compact circuit from what I can see. Yeah, there's a lot more tight bends. So I'm expecting this one to be much harder. Oh, don't try giving me that innocent look, Avian. Don't even think about it. And as for you, Queen, leave the star alone. Oh, why did you brake there? You didn't need to brake. They've got such little power, you can, like, use the throttle to get around the corners. It might even be better to do that, because then you've got more revs to play with. This is brilliant fun, actually, man. Oh, that was a bit rough. That would not have been comfortable in a kart, people. Collision like that, you probably break your wrist. Nice little bit of oversteer control there. That was good. I think I might have to look into a go-karting track. I'd like to do a go-karting event. I enjoyed what we did in Niagara at that time. I know of one in Blackpool, right by the coastline. I know that much, but that's about it. Good lord, we are dominating this race. I expected this to be really hard. Oh, nice. One in Mississauga. That'd be cool. And there's also Daytona and Trafford, Chris. All right, okay. One in Rochdale. Oh, wow. Okay. That would be convenient. I am absolutely stunned at how easily I've taken the lead on this one. I even had time to show off a little bit of oversteer then. Ah, so it's like a franchise company. That makes sense, that, Chris. That makes a lot of sense. This is ridiculous. I'm like 4 seconds a lot faster than them. What's going on? On the last race, they were all over my trumpet. I couldn't get away from them. Here, it's like see you in the middle of next month. And I'm even keeping inside the white lines for you, Chris. This is absolute insanity. I'm not complaining. I'm just surprised. Yeah, a bit too much torque in the middle of the corner there. Nearly pulled me wide. Now 5 seconds a lot faster. No, 4 seconds, sorry. Still 4 seconds a lot quicker. They know better than to pass me. Again, anyone who was there at Niagara knows that's probably good advice. I got very, very serious in the racing that day. I even had time to spin around. Why not? That technically was a celebration donut. That's what I'm calling it. That was an absolute pasting. And that's got us another 40,000 credits, which is awesome. We've now got 151,000. And we've leveled up to level 11. Yes, we've gone up to 11, people. We have gone up to 11. Now the question is, does that get us anything special as a prize? Probably not, to be honest. Yeah, we now won the Crystal Balloon Metallic Paint. And that appears to be it. Yeah, so it's mostly, as I say, about getting the cars. Out of curiosity, then, what are the license tests like in this game? Get used to how a car accelerates by bringing it to a halt in the 200-meter... Oh, it's at the Top Gear test track. We're driving at the Top Gear test track, people. Dunsfold, to those of you who know. So do we have to stop within 200 meters? That means we're barely going to get started. Wow, 409 quid for a switch to a Mario Kart world. That's insanity. That is mental. I mean, Chris, you've got a Nintendo Switch. I've got a Nintendo Switch. Just get Mario Kart 8 or whatever it was. Do that as a multiplayer stream. That could work. Oh boy. Here we go, people. This should be quite a doddle. Oh, that wasn't quite a gold. It was a silver. Oh, but that gets you driving experience. It's worth doing it. Next license, please. Ah, yeah, that's fair. If you got the Switch Lite, Queen. Whereas I, of course, I got the Switch OLED. I was a flash bastard and bought the most expensive one. I must admit, with some of the tech I've got in my house, I do feel like a yuppie sometimes. Yeah, that's right, Chris. I went for the OLED. Mainly because the screen's bigger. That's the main reason. It's also the fact that it's white, and that's kind of cool. Ah, Route 246. Try and get the car around the high-speed right-hand corner. Okay. I didn't bother buying a Switch 2, because I just don't see the point in it. I'll be honest, I much prefer my 3DS to the Nintendo Switch. I've had so much more playtime out of the 3DS. Yay, we got a gold! We got a gold license result. Nah, I agree with that. Definitely, Chris, I'll be the same. Hey, we went straight to gold. How cool was that? First try. Out, in, out. The most basic cornering line. And we're at Deep Forest. The Steam Deck is actually a great console investment if you got a decent Steam account and you got good games for it. A lot of games are optimized for it. Battery life is pretty ordinary, but you can use them in lots of places. So my precious gaming desktop. Give it head pats. It's been such a good little baby. Head pats to my gaming desktop. But it's my gaming desktop that you're all actually getting this screen through. Oh, this is sluggish. Oh, this is slow. Come on. A little bit wide of the apex there, so that's not going to be a good lap then, Tandis. Oh, it wasn't far off gold, surprisingly. It was only a 10th shy. That was surprising, no one? I'm not going back for it, though. And the dials were working on that car, so evidently the dials do work. I find it weird that I don't have to get the license test to do the races. Normally you have to get a license in order to be able to race. That was the whole point. Ah, games locked on Steam, Avian. It's always annoying when that happens. Unless, of course, you got a PC where you can play them. A lot of indie titles got locked to Steam because it's the easiest way to get them published. And of course, Valve are actually being sued here in the UK at the moment, would you believe? Owners of Steam. Something to do with the license cut or something. Ah, so now we're at Autumn Ring. Ugh. Okay, let's do it. I don't know the whole ins and outs of it, but there you go. The actual head-up display works on this, would you believe? That's pretty cool. Not the fastest lap. Oh! Just shy of silver. Oh, I'm not having that. I'm not having that. We're retaking this one. I'm not coming that close and failing to get a silver. I'm not interested in the gold. That's not what I'm after. But yes, the dials not only work, you can also see the head-up display working as well. Yeah, that was slower because I went over the grass on the inside. Well, I know that Sony tried to sue for that at one point, I think, and weren't successful. I don't think it was Valve they went after, or they went after somebody else. Or someone went after Sony, I'm not sure which way it was. Do this 3 more times, if we don't get the silver, it's fine, we'll carry on. Oh! 1400ths of a second shy. Wow. So two more attempts, people. Now, see, do you know what I'd want to sue for? Banning companies from making you use a third-party launcher for Steam games. Oh, would you believe that? We were 1/100th shy of the gold. Oh my god. But we're not going to grind for it. There's no point. Unless there's an all-gold prize car, which there might be, to be fair. There usually is. See how much of the B license we can get done before we finish tonight. Because I've just seen what time it is. So what do you mean? Obviously, in the coming days, on Friday evening, I'll be back playing Trails in the Sky 3rd chapter right here on Friday evening, 8 PM GMT. And on Saturday evening, go check out Chris JT985 over on his channel right here on twitch.tv, where he'll be carrying on his playthrough of Spider-Man, which has been a lot of fun to watch, especially with the big revelation at the end of the last stream. And of course, you can go check out Queen3210 over on YouTube. He's already started a new playthrough of a game that's intriguing me, called Dispatch. I don't know anything about it, but it certainly looks interesting, so I want to check it out. You can also check out the playthroughs of the likes of Road 96, the playthrough to 100% of Final Fantasy X-2, Dishonored 2, and many, many more besides. And we're going straight to silver. That'll do nicely. We'll take that. Oh, we're at the Nürburgring, exiting from a looping corner. I wonder if this is going to be the carousel. Or should I say, the carousel? And yes, thank you for including the archive links as well for myself, Swishbone over on YouTube, and ChrisJT985 over on YouTube alongside Queen. You can check out the archives and many other videos over there, including my playthrough of Dungeons and Dragons, where I've been playing Heretic. I've got 3 parts of that video uploaded, and I'm going to be hopefully recording the 4th over the weekend. Why are we waiting? Come on. Get on with it. I'm all that so we can load a Renault Megane. Seriously? Oh, this is the Nürburgring GP circuit. That was weird. I got a split time, literally half a second before the completion of the lap of the license. What's the point of that? Why not just use the split time as the exit zone? So yes, people, you waited all that time for a license test that was over in less than 16 seconds. High-speed driving lines and accelerator control. Okay, what's so high speed about it? You think you blinked and oh no. This looks like a real nuisance. So it's the top of Autumn Ring. I know where this is. So we've got the A-frame in the way of the view here, which is kind of annoying. And of course, with this being a license test, if you go all 4 tyres outside the line, it will be an instant fail. Oh, just shy of half a second shy of silver. We've got to go again. I'm not having that. The gold I'm not so interested in. But I want to at least get the silver if I can. They say for a Golf GTI, it felt very understeery then. It didn't feel like it was biting into the corner at all. I mean, don't get me wrong, it is a front-wheel drive car, so you are going to get understeer and torque steer. It's just how it goes. And a lot of it is how much you can get away with being over the curbs. If you can get away with quite a lot, you should do it. $19.6. See, I just found a load of time. what they call curb hopping. Finding a line for an S-bend. Just go straight. They say I might have been able to make this go faster if I'd have installed it to the hard drive, but unfortunately, I didn't have time. That might be something to do before the next stream. We're driving a Honda S2000. This could be an awkward car to drive. I remember the S2000 being a bit weird. That dial's definitely working. Yeah, very oversteery. But I believe that was the silver straight away. Not bad. I find it weird that the bronze is 25 seconds, and then to get the silver you need to find 3.5 seconds just for that. That seems like a big change from 2 corners. Now the question is... Fuji Speedway overtaking... Oh, we're actually doing an overtaking test here. Interesting. So we're going to be basically drafting our way down. It's going to be on the back straight, main straight, and I guess we've got to try and overtake either 1 car or 2 car or 3 cars. And we're just going to go as fast as we can, get into the slipstream, and get loads and loads of boost performance, because we will be cutting through the air using the thinner air to propel our car forwards, because that's how slipstreams work. You cut a hole in the air so you have less resistance, and your car goes faster. It's why people like to lie low when they can, because they cut through the air a lot easier. You're much more aerodynamic. We've got to pass all the rival cars without touching them, so we can't bump draft them. Well, that was a unique test to get gold. That was very different. Quite an enjoyable one, actually, to be honest. And then we're on to the 10th one. Oh, a one-lap battle of Indianapolis. Hey, this game's got Indianapolis in it, people. I wasn't aware this ever appeared in Gran Turismo. So what's going to happen is we're all going to have tyre problems and only 6 cars are going to take to the grid. Never too soon. So it's called the one-lap battle, so I'm intrigued to see what we have to do to pass it. And I don't know what car we're going to be in either. It's a full lap of Indianapolis, it's got to be something decent. Because it's quite a long lap, from memory. Unless we're doing the oval, which is... It is the super speedway, so it might well be the oval, actually, rather than the Grand Prix circuit. That makes sense. Yeah, it's called the super speedway. I think it's going to be a drafting battle around the actual IndyCar circuit. It is. We're driving a CRZ A10. Overtake as many cars as we can. Right. So we're starting at the back of the grid and we're just going to try and overtake as many cars as possible. We are going oval racing, people. Not a good time to catch a blow. Oh, just missed the podium. And I think it's because of that contact that I got. Ah, you thought it broke, so we froze for about 3 seconds. Oh dear, that's not good. Right, we're definitely going to try that one again. We've got a couple of minutes until the end, so we're going to finish by trying to get at least a silver on this one. If the game's going to work. I'm going to try one more time. This time I've got to try and avoid taking any kind of contact. Because that was the key, I think, so I got slowed down. You might not think it's much of a difference, but it is. Because you find that you're going to lose a lot of pace. I'm going to try and avoid contact immediately hit 2 cars. Yeah, see, I didn't get nearly spun round that time. It's made a big difference here. That wasn't ideal. That certainly wasn't ideal. Oh, so close. That was literally about a 1/10 of a second, maybe. I think I knew what happened then. I needed to get right in behind him for that final push. And of course, by doing it in this view, we are making a bit of a challenge to it because we don't have the full spatial awareness. You can't just ride up close to them on the bumper like you can using the bumper cam. The bumper cam allows you to get right up behind them. I'm having to take an unoptimal line in order to get the draft, because without it you're not getting through. So you're having to take really awkward lines which contradict the way that you'd naturally flow on the course. I'm not quite sure how you get fast enough to catch up to first. But that'll do. We got it. And again, I think part of the problem is there was points where there was gaps between the cars. So when there's gaps between them, there's like points where you end up clustering up using the draft early and then running out of boost. But it'll still do. It's fine. So we finished by completing the first license test. Do we get anything special for the fact that we beat we got more than bronze? Do we get anything special for it? In GT4 you did.
Congratulations. You've completed the B license. Now you can enter more races and prepare yourself for the next challenge, the A license.
We've got a voiceover? I guess that's something, people? And we got the Demio Sport 03. Yes. And we also got the OFC Concept 07, whatever that is. So the prize cars for all tiers are back. Yeah, we have a Mazda Demio. We don't want that. We'll use it. We don't want it. Hey, we got a trophy too. We got an actual trophy. And it's a bronze, which is fitting for the license tests. So there are trophies clearly for getting all the license tests here in this game, which is pretty cool. I'm going to cash this car in, even though I'm not going to drive it. Then we've also got a concept by Daihatsu called the OFC something. So let's take a look what car that is. Eventually. Maybe. Possibly. Come on, let me select something. There we go. Thank you. And we've got the Daihatsu OFC1 concept. What kind of car is this going to be? Oh, it's like one of those super small cars. Nice. That could be useful for the K-car tournament. Which is something we will pick up another time. So, I said it before, but on Friday evening, I am going to be back right here on twitch.tv/Swishbone playing through Trails in the Sky 3rd chapter. On Saturday evening, you can also catch Chris JT985 over on his Twitch channel playing through more of Spider-Man, which is awesome to watch. And go check out Queen3210 as well over on YouTube for more playthroughs with the likes of the brand new game, Dispatch. We've also got the Final Fantasy X-2 towards 100%, the recently completed Persona 3 Reload, and many, many more. Like, share, subscribe, and I thank you all very, very much for watching. And this feels very, very weird compared to previous GT games.